The Edelweiss Pirates. These were a vaguely organized group of teenagers who went by many names. Navajos, Ruhr Pirates, Harlem Club, or even Morton were various things they called themselves. Their symbol was the Edelweiss flower. Edelweiss translates to noble white. To understand what they did, we need to know more about the Hitler Youth Movement. Originally, it was sort of a Boy Scouts organization, full of fun activities and leisure, like shooting guns and playing sports. As the war began to ramp up, it took a more militaristic turn. Free time was made out to be criminal unless it was for Hitler Youth activities. School lessons were heavily policed. Every opportunity was used to complain about and show how awful Jews were. Teachers had to first be vetted by Nazi officials. Anyone suspected of being disloyal or straying from approved lessons was fired immediately. 97% of teachers joined Nazi Teachers Association. They had to be very careful about how they worded things because children were encouraged to inform authorities if a teacher said something that didn't correlate with the Nazi curriculum. History and other subjects were biased towards the glory of Germany. Biology turned to the study of races, proving that racial superiority was sound. In fact, Hitler himself said no boy or girl should leave school with a complete knowledge of the necessity and meaning of blood purity. The Edelweiss Pirates protested these changes at first, by singing and playing bad music, such as these.
Es war in Shanghai, Mitternacht in der Ohio-Bahn, da trafen sich drei Tramper, die durch die Welt gezogen waren.
They also protested by graffitiing anti-Nazi slogans, such as Eternal War on Hitler Youth, Down with Nazi Brutality, and Down with Hitler. They skipped school and put anti-Nazi leaflets into mailboxes and under doors where they couldn't be ignored. Once the war ramped up, they began to protest in bigger ways. They provided food and shelter to concentration camp escapees, German military dropouts, and people fleeing from forced labor. They sabotaged war production and made armed raids on military depots. In one day of raids in December of 1942, the secret police and Dusseldorf Gestapo made more than 1,000 arrests on the pirates. Most Edelweiss pirates weren't older than 17 years, and the youngest of them recorded to be 13. The Nazis were brutal with them, threatening them and beating them. Captured pirates' heads were shaved. They were jailed and sent to reform schools, psychiatric hospitals, and even concentration camps. Many lost their lives. Despite how small their numbers were and how young they were, they made a difference. They saved hundreds of Jews and gave hope to even more youth. They helped whoever they could. They did what they thought was right and rebelled in ways they could. Nazis had constant patrols out for them, and they still made a big impact. These children were braver than the majority of the population. They were tortured and beaten, yet they stood their ground. Like these kids, you can stand up too. Despite the odds against you, you can make a difference. No matter how small it is to you, it can make a big one to someone else.